Hey guys, here's my newest edition of Weeden 104. It's a motor with a line shaft, all in one on a nice big base. This is going to be an early model 104 because it has the poured lead legs and not stamped steel. Behind it, we essentially have a Weeden No.1, which is the earlier version, and then it became a 101. But basically, this part right here is what's on this metal base. If we look in the inside here, come back a little bit, you can see on this earlier model, we have these little brass standoffs for the brushes to go onto the communicator, right? And then we look at the 101 engine, you can see it's no longer brass standoff, but the brushes are right on the on that spacer. Yeah. Also, the bracketry is a little bit different. You know, we just have the screws right here, and we have these nice, I guess, long bars with nuts right here. So the bracing is a little bit different, but they're essentially the same motor, right? We've got our hookups here and here with a little switch to turn it on and off, right? You know, if you're hooked up to a battery, but I'm hooked up to a power supply and I have the power turned off. When this engine came to me, the communicator, which is underneath the brushes, if you actually want to call those brushes, but there's right there, I come in, you'll see this line right here. That separates the two sides of the communicator, and they have to be separated, right? Come over here. You can see this right here, right? Well, this had, I guess, come loose, or I would imagine they would have had some type of something inside to keep them separated so they wouldn't touch. But one side was, in fact, I think it actually was this side here, right? And what I did, so when I first hooked it up, it wouldn't run. It was like a direct short, right? And then I found that the communicator was touching here, and I made a sliver or a splinter of a toothpick and shoved it down in there to keep them separated, and that fixed the problem. All right, so we'll come out a little bit here. And I guess I got it on 4 volts, a little bit over 6 amps. You know, on a power supply, you know, running a DC motor, it kind of makes the power supply really work. It's better with a battery, and I actually have a battery, but it's a little bit too powerful, and it makes the engine run way faster than I really wanted to run. It probably can handle it, but you know, with it being made between 1912 and 1918, so over 100, you know, 5 years old at least, I'd rather not. So I need to find a smaller battery, or you know, D-size lithium battery hookup for my motors like this to be more, I guess, period correct voltage. Anyway, so other than the communicator repair, you know, I did a minor polishing to where there was some little rust on the edges here. You can see they're nice and clean. You know, I did a little polishing on that. It was, you know, had some little rust spots or something like that. So, but that's about it. Oh, and then I put the band on, right? So let's see if we can get this little guy started. There we go. And then I'm going to come out and show you how I have it connected up to my workshop here. This is what is this? A 65 tool shop. and it was made between 1907 and 1914. So this guy was made right during the production time of this motor. So they kind of go together, which is probably why the paint scheme is very similar. Also, this is an early, accessories. They all have poured lead legs, not the stamped steel. So again, it matches up quite well with my little 104 engine. All right, just kind of settle down a little bit. Go ahead and stop it. And there we go. Very nice little runner. Let's see if I can get it starting one more time. She just starts right up. All right. Great little motor with its little line shaft built on. None of the pulleys are broken. Great paint, patina. About the only thing that's, there's only one thing that's missing, and it's missing this little screw right here, this thumb screw that goes in right there, right? So, oh well, that's all right. My other number one right here, my early one, number one, has them both. So, yeah. All right. Well, I guess that is it. And we'll see you for the next video. All right. Have a good one. Bye now.